A maid, a mattress, and a mule. And a mule. But baby, you gotta first be his fool. Be his fool. I said a maid, a mattress, and a mule. And a mule. But baby, first thing you gotta be is his fool, yeah. One more time, I said a maid, a mattress, and a mule, yeah. But the first thing you got to be is his fool. All right, all right. A maid, a mattress, and a mule. But the first thing you gotta be is his fool. I said, is his fool. Hello, Miss Wills.
Hello, how are you?
Child, I'm grateful I'm not a maid, a mattress, a mule. And
Yeah, it's
damn sure happy I ain't these men's fools. Ooh,
seriously.
I mean to be, if I'm gonna be your fool, you gonna be fine. Now, have I been a fool? Yes. Who
Yeah,
has?
everybody has.
If you haven't, you haven't lived.
Exactly.
But my fool was fine. My fool was fine.
I don't get Rashida and Yandy. Like, they're just such pick me's. Like, you're that desperate. And then you're gonna DM girls from his account pretending to be him, and then you want to start crying. Like, that makes no sense.
I mean, that woman got on television and
Yes,
lied to us and herself ever so passionately, ever
definitely.
so deeply. And I'm sorry, I have met Mendices on 125th, right by the Planet Fitness.
About to say, I used to live in Harlem too, so I see him around.
And girl, we can say we've seen him in person. Ain't not like ain't nothing to that.
Yeah, he ain't all.
Ain't
I mean,
nothing to that. It's not body yada yada. It's not the it factor, the charisma. It's nothing. It's very regular Harlem. You could
oh
find
God,
him
definitely.
anywhere from 103rd to 175th.
That's a fact, though. Mendici is just a regular Harlem dude, but I don't know why she's so pressed over him. I guess because she wants to be the wife and she feels like that means something, which it really doesn't. Because you just make yourself look more dumb and dumb. Like, you
She
have
not.
kids, like a little girl, and she's going to see, like, this is what I'm supposed to do with a man, just let him do whatever. Stick beside him while he was in jail, but then he said he don't know if he could do the same for me. Are you crazy? Please.
I mean, we are watching both of them because to see Rashida fix up Cannon's room so that the state could come into their home. Let me get close to the camera when I say that. So that the state, so that Fulton County and their court documents can crawl up in your home like Simone crawls up in your coochie during an exam.
That's funny. She doesn't want that kid there, but I feel like she's just doing it just to keep Kirk happy. But that's not right though. Like, yeah, he messed up, but if you forgave him, you can't put it on that child because that kid didn't ask to be here, and you're gonna be mad at Jasmine, but not your man. Had took vows with you.
Why does Kirk deserve to be happy?
He doesn't. But Rashida's just so brainwashed. It's just that's the only way she sees. I guess to keep the happy family going, but you could tell it's not happy because
And that's why I had to sing a maid, a mattress,
and a
and a
mule.
mule,
Yep.
and a mule. But baby, the first thing you got to be is his fool. And that was the theme of the episode, because we saw both of these women get up and, I mean, stand. like Erica Badu got up when Lettucey was singing the tribute to Shaka Khan. When she gets that, hey, it's me. But I can't hit it, but she can. Erica got up. They got up and stood and moved their necks and said, I'ma be a fool for this.
Right? Like proudly. That's crazy.
I mean, Feesey and Kirk and his Adam's apple.
Oh God, and those 3 earrings. Right?
One for each time he's cheated.
I don't think he got enough space in his ears, but I'm sorry. I can't be that desperate. I don't care if we got. I know. I feel like it's not even a marriage. It's like a business arrangement because they've been together so long. They have so much stuff tied in. But like, is that worth your sanity? And you're draining and you're losing your life for some man that don't really care about you. Like you could find
Or
somebody that actually wants to be with you for you and not cheat. But you think staying with him makes you better. And then these people want to come onto the show and say, "Oh, Kirk and Rashida are marriage goals," and I want to be like, "You guys, are you dumb?" When that Spanish chick said that, I said, "Why are you asking Sierra, who is the Thanos? Kendra, all she does is yell, and Rashida about marriage advice. Like seriously, those are the 3 worst people to ask about anything besides Carly."
I'd ask Carly about getting engaged. No, because even then, her engagements don't lead nowhere.
Not really.
I would ask her about migratory patterns and how to molt with pride.
That's funny.
How to
I just
molt.
I don't get it.
I will say I do believe Spice when she cut Saucy Santana out and said that he smelt terrible.
Well, obviously, he likes to wear all black during the like summertime. You can tell he's a little funky. Not even trying to be funny, but you could just tell. And he always got that fan with him. Mm-hmm. That I believe. Because when I was watching the Baddies reunion, he was sweating like a free pig.
God. Oh my God. Always wearing black in the summertime. See, wow.
He stayed wearing black. Like, he got to stink a little bit. And
it's not slimming.
Exactly.
That's the thing. If you're going to wear black, if you're going to get that, I'm tired of if you're going to get on the table, don't look like Charles and Netta. If you're going to get on the table, get off the table and look like something. Too many people get lipo and it's like, really? Where?
Right?
Where did you get this said? Like, I want you to get off the table looking like you had something done. I'm all for, like, if you want to do it natural, do it natural. If you want surge, get surge. Mm-hmm. I am not here to judge you, but I will judge poor work because it's better to be fat than weird than misshapen. Don't ever forget that. It is better to be fat than misshapen. You can diet. You can't fix misshapen.
That is a fact.
And he out here got cut to look like a deep breath.
Literally.
They got to untie them tendons. All they did was stitch him up like a Christmas ham.
He does look like he always holding his breath. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, just let it out one time.
His upper body looks like the ham is like a small part into the waist, and then it just goes up into the flower. Oh,
yeah, his BBL is definitely unattractive. I don't know. I mean, I believe Spice, but like Spice is messy too. But they let her get away with a lot because I guess she's queen of the dance hall and all that stuff. But Spice be in the mess too, but nobody really comes at her like that.
Because Spice is in the mess mostly that's harmless. Like, you can wash your ass if you stink. So, that's something she's honestly like, look, I'm going to go on to tell you. Everybody else talking about it. So, we may, the thing is the thing. But, Like the other people have like mean, vicious gossip, but I've been enjoying Love and Hip Hop, like watching Rashida and Yandy, confirm their bird status and just feather their nest while their husbands go out and procreate. It really is amazing to see, like, and also why don't they just say, I let him cheat? Why are those words so hard to say?
I feel they want to put on a united front, even though we can tell it's not. But I feel like
Well,
they would
that's
never admit
united.
that.
That is united like an airplane. If y'all say he cheats, and
Just
I'm
be like,
fine.
listen, we're in an open marriage. He do what he do, and I don't know if she do anything, but we good. Just like, just be honest. But all this lying and
Exactly.
crying, looking like, girl, you like a fool, and you're too smart for all that. Like both of them are smart and they're pretty, and you wasting your life on these bums. Like, come on.
Oh, bum.
Like, I feel like they're both old enough to still find somebody, but like, I guess they just think this is the best they can get, or I don't know.
Not with
Like,
all them kids. Not with all them kids. Nah, what they gonna
but I
find with
mean,
all them kids?
there be men that got mad kids that still get women. It shouldn't be a stand. It shouldn't be a double standard, even though it is.
No,
It's
I
not
was
right.
gonna say they're going to attract guys with a bunch of kids.
As
That's what
long
they're
as he's
gonna attract.
faithful, that's better than what they. I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't spend 4 years waiting on some man, and then if he told me he can't even do the same, right after that, done. Click, divorce, next.
I wouldn't have 4 years for you. Ain't no dick worth waiting 4 years while you're in prison getting your hair braided sitting betwixt knees.
Right? Oh, so you doing the
And
bending?
you had
Right?
8 baby mamas while you was out of prison, and I'm supposed to believe that you wasn't twixt no knees while you was in there. We're supposed to swallow that, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. Plus,
Really?
you already had. I can't do guys with kids. It's too much drama. Like, it's not worth it. If you're not ready to deal with that, don't even date a man with kids. It don't make any sense because it's too much. And then you go on and marry him, then you fake marry him, and then y'all real married. Like, come on, girl. He ain't no prize for you to be doing all this.
Exactly. Like, be fucking for real.
He is not no prize, and neither is Kirk.
Oh,
And I know he still want to mess with Jasmine. Every time he see her, he always starts smiling. Like, nigga, you not low.
you're not low. You're
And
not
then
high,
Rashida,
and you're not
oh
low.
well, everything is Jasmine's fault. No, I don't like women like that. Like, take accountability. You married this man. He's supposed to be loyal to you. Why are you coming out to other person when it's the man you chose to be with?
And continue to be with.
Exactly. After cheating, having a child, like, come on. And then you're gonna like, don't put it on the child. I feel like she's just fronting, just the front. She doesn't want Canyon there. You could tell she never wanted him there, even around them to begin with.
And that's the sad part. Almost as sad as him trying to pay her $1,000 a month in child support. And I believe it. I
Oh, I
believe it.
definitely do. I believe he probably don't even give her that much.
But we did find out that she was exaggerating a bit about that, because he was like, well, I do pay to get the car fixed. I do pay for incidentals since she asked for a lot. Because her pimp, that, because I honestly believe that he sent her out to get pregnant by somebody that had money so she could bring something into the household. He gives me the kind of man that's married to Ashley Darby's mother.
I'm done.
Yep. Because
Oh
remember,
man.
Michael was like, I don't mind paying for your mama to live, but he ain't gonna live up in there for free either.
Right? I just don't get it. I mean, she hit a lick though. She got on TV. Now everybody's starting to be cool with her, and Yandy and Rashida bugging out and all this stuff. Like, it's just so much drama. And then Jessica and her niece, what is all this? Like, it's just too much with Mendeecees and Kirk.
Oh my God. And her nieces, like, one, can Jessica take those damn contacts out? Oh God. It's like she looks dead.
Yeah, I
They
don't
look,
like it.
they're dead people's eyes. You
And
look
she's pretty.
dead.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's exhausting to look at. I don't have the energy, and neither does Bronx. Mm.
I barely have the energy to watch Love and Hip Hop. But like you said, it's a good season this season. Better than Miami, so I watch that this instead of Miami.
I'll be catching up on Miami a bit later. I watched a couple of their episodes. Bobby Light looks like something wrong with him, and I'm like, oh God, I'm not ready to go through this again.
I don't know why yeah. He's a mess. He just needs to go
Not his
back to
wife,
being
though,
natural.
right?
But that show is
But her niece was so beautiful.
oh yeah,
And
Jessica's
for
beautiful.
Yandy to say, I mean, with intensity, that was me.
Right? I was like, wait, what? What she say?
It was hard to watch.
I'm like,
It
wait.
was hard. Stop trying to break up my family.
But you literally just said you DM some chick from his account pretending to be him. So what do you expect?
So aren't you? Then you're the one trying to break up your family. Well,
Obviously.
I need her to be able to say he can fuck whoever he wants. I set up his whole appointments. I make sure his penis is entertained. How hard is that to say? Just go on and admit it. Say I am his maid, his mattress, his mule. But most importantly,
and his sugar mama.
I'm his fool.
If Yandy ever admitted that, I don't know what I would do. But I know she would never because she's too strong on the we're married, we're united front, we're family, stop trying to ruin us. You guys are just doing stuff. How you gonna DM somebody from his account talking to them and then you're gonna put it on us like we did something?
For real, like we're trying again, and even if he's entertaining these messages,
thank you.
If he's married to you but entertaining, why does he need it? You know what? You need to run his social media since it's you.
Like when she said that, his face was like, "What the?" I was rolling because he was like, "Really, bitch? Like seriously?" She's like, "Oh, I gotta apologize to you for making you look crazy." No, what the?
And
I
if
don't
she
get it.
was actually open about it, then I'd respect her. I'd respect her too. I would respect her too. Her and I mean Rashida, like
Oh, she is a fool. She's
I
been a
would
fool.
say both of them are why I would never date anyone from Atlanta.
I wouldn't date anybody from Atlanta,
Twice we
period,
figured it
because you
on
never
in.
know.
Hey, Alex.
Hello.
How are both of you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I'm okay. I came to get a little piece of Yandy. I just want a little gristle.
Go ahead.
A little gristle. I know she got plenty to give.
Yeah, well, you need to take that wig off she had, so rip it. Because that thing was atrocious.
Oh my God.
Yandy's bullshit stunk so much that it triggered Jessica White. That's crazy.
It did for her to say, don't you say it's complicated. It's perfect. It's wonderful. And it's like, I don't know. It clearly isn't because he don't appreciate it. He's, he thinks it's complicated. And apparently it is. I think it's, honestly, I feel like, Jessica, you needed to tell your cousin, get out of that married woman's phone.
Thank you.
The complication is he is doing everything he can to make her leave and she refuses to go.
She put in too much time and work. She ain't going without a fight.
It's like, why won't she leave? Oh my God.
Because then she would feel like what everybody said about them is true. So she'd rather just play the fool.
You know, the saddest part about it is, guys, they're not legally married. All she got to do is just get up and leave. I mean, ultimately, they have money and business tied together because she's like, been dumb enough to put his name on everything. So they're like technically married without actually being married. I hope I'm explaining that correctly.
Yeah, like common law, because they ain't really married.
Well, not even just common law. Like, yeah, it's because like most of the time common law relationships are just people who've been living together for a very long time and probably like, both have like a lease on an apartment or something like that. But we got to remember Yandy was launching business ventures and everything. And she was like putting his name on everything so that he could come out of prison with something for himself.
But yeah, she
trying to
couldn't
make sure
even
that he
wait for
didn't
her.
turn back to the streets. So it's never just going to be a clean breakup between the two, between them having kids and then also having businesses tied together. Remember, Yandy has that restaurant and everything that they probably co-own, and properties and stuff that they've invested in. Yeah, it's gonna take. They're gonna have to go to court one way or another, despite not being legally married. But
I really don't think Angie's going anywhere. She's trying too hard to paint a picture that ain't real.
well, not only that, but she's invested too much. She invested a lot into this man. I mean, she was getting maced down to the prison.
Oh, not maced at the prison.
Yes, that's why she got the name Yandy Luther King. She was down there protesting for
Oh,
prison
that's
reform.
right.
Man,
Ooh,
if I got
I
maced in the
forgot
face,
that face.
She invested a lot going through all that stuff with the baby mamas, and I mean, and the y'all, it's so sad because ultimately she did better as a single parent. When he was in prison, she was a single mother. She had her village helping her with her children, and she was helping with his kids, and still managed to continue on loving hip hop, launch business ventures, and find time to protest prison reform and get maced on his behalf.
That's what I'm saying. Like Yandy does, like Yandy could get so much, get a better man, like up to par, but she wants this hood booger for some reason, and I
She
don't get it.
literally doesn't need him. She just doesn't.
I don't know why she thinks she does. And then if you gotta force a
Isaiah,
man to put his wedding ring on, and this man goes, "Oh, I lost it," and you gotta wait how many months to buy a new one? That ain't no marriage. I'm sorry.
Isaiah, understand. Yes, she is a Howard University alum, a protege of Mona Scott Young. She was on the ground floor of launching Jim Jones' career separate from Dipset before he blew up. The whole reason why Love and Hip Hop even exists from its inception is because of her connections and her dealings. Like Yandy has a very impressive resume. And she understand her choice to be with Mendices is a choice. This is not someone who is foolish, who is absent of knowledge, who is incapable of taking care of themselves. She real life does not need that man. Which is why we can laugh at her stupidity. Because these are right. Choices.
Like Rashida.
Oh, please.
Everything that they've ever tried to do together, the Frost, she's come up with, and Kirk has tried to discourage her from doing. She was the one that came up with the whole bistro thing. She was the one that said we should start selling merch. Let's open a physical location. Every single time he's always tried to discourage her and tell her that's not a good idea. And she would have to go behind his back, use her own money separately to fund the projects. And then he gets on board after she demonstrates how her ideas are successful.
Yeah,
these women don't need these men.
Yeah, because Prest is still booming.
It's a real business. It's not even like a made for TV business that you only see when they're filming. Like it's Carly. Open 7 days a week.
Like
he just wanted her, like Alex said, mule made in a mattress. She wanted more, and he always like, if your husband is never like behind you with certain things, then that's not really the person you need to be with. On top of
you're right, because when she tried to open Prest, he wasn't about it, and they had 2 locations at one time, and like that's been like what's actually been paying them. And then they followed in Candy's footsteps and opened the Frost Bistro.
Remember, she was doing e-commerce at first.
Places in Atlanta.
Remember, she was doing e-commerce at first, and the website was successful. It was her idea to launch the website, selling merch, and she wanted to open a physical location. I don't think that's a good idea. So instead of them investing their money into it, she was investing her money, her Love and Hip Hop check, because they both were cast members, so they was getting separate checks, into a physical location, and had to come back and be like, see, I told you it would work. And now he gets to take credit for her hard work. These men really lucked up.
Yeah, they found some dummies
They
with
found their
with a
maid,
business
their
mindset,
mattress, their mule, but
right?
most importantly, they
A fool.
found the fool.
Indeed.
And a
They found
committed fool, an
smart,
eternal
committed fool.
fool.
Yes.
And it's like, instead of being like, okay, I didn't drop my last baby, all the kids are grown enough where I ain't got to stay with his ass no more. Y'all decide, oh no, I'm going to double down on the dump.
Double tap.
We as viewers are being gaslit by these people. And it's so incredible because if you didn't know any better, like if we weren't actually free thinking people, you'd question your own sanity, listening to the foolishness. Oh no, baby, wipe your tears. That was me. Yandy, why would you be DMing women in the
It's
line?
Thank you.
me. So if you find a DM, know that it was mine from the western sky, and you try to break my family, all you're doing is telling. I mean, that it was wicked. That's how it was.
Like, what kind
It's me. I was like, what the hell is she doing?
of? Then she gonna cry about, don't try to break us my family. You started it, idiot.
I just really feel like, and this has been happening for years.
Literally.
Mendeecees told her on that couples therapy show that AJ Johnson
Yep.
hosted, if the roles were reversed, he doesn't know if he would have held her down the way she did.
And I would have
And
left that very same day.
Yep.
well,
Goodbye.
what more indication do you need, right? He's
Nothing.
telling you to
Yes.
your face. They're sitting knee to knee, elbow to elbow, nose to nose, and he's telling her this. He's being honest in a time when a lot of men would have been dishonest about that.
Yeah.
And because it was easy to say, oh yeah, of course I would have done it. Because I mean, we all know Yandy's probably never going to go to prison, or anything in that capacity, a federal institution or whatever. But he could have lied and said, "Oh no, baby, everything that you did, I would have done it 10 times." He
Not
told
could,
he
not could have lied. He should have lied. He should
well,
have lied
why?
on
What?
network
No, I
television.
don't think he should have lied
When
though.
that BDI Negro went on TV after Yandy sat there for 7 years raising his other children on
Yeah.
network television while he's catching a case, and you fix him up to say, "I don't know if I will do the same thing." That's all I need to hear about this clown. That would have been enough to oh, that's how you feel? Bet. I'm out. Get out my house. Take your baby mama's kids. Take your baby kids. Take your BDI mama and your whole family about my house. That would have been it right there.
Who you telling?
But she chose to stay, and I really feel like I think he doesn't want to be in that relationship for whatever reason. He
He
doesn't want to be
doesn't.
in that relationship, but I don't think he has enough gumption to leave. I think he doesn't want to be that type of bad guy after she did all of that for him to just leave her high and dry with all those kids.
Plus,
And but he would rather her leave, and he's doing everything he can to make her get fed up and leave, but she refuses to go.
I don't think he would find another chick like Yandy. Like, if he were to leave her, he wouldn't find another Yandy. Like, she,
But
even though
those
she,
men never leave with the intention of
Sadly,
finding a
he
better woman.
would.
They just leave because they don't want to be in a relationship.
yeah, but I feel like, not man, this is like that kind of Holland nigga. Like, he's always gonna need a chick. Like, he always gonna need a woman. Like, he can't be on his own. You saw he had like what 2 baby mamas, all this drama. Like, she's gonna get another chick, but he gonna get another Yandy. So
I
that's
think
why I feel
he'll
like
be
he's trying
okay
to force.
financially. I think Yandy is the only thing keeping him on this side of the prison cell. I think if she were not in his life doing the things that she was doing for him, I think he would have reverted back to his previous days of trafficking drugs. I think that's what he would have continued doing if it weren't for
I feel
Yandy.
like he ain't gonna leave her.
I agree. I think
I
he
don't know
would
what
go
he's
back
doing,
to
but
traffic.
I think it's just because
well,
when
he
you look at
definitely
his
would.
mother and how his mother acts, that's what he was raised on.
Oh, please.
He's been honest on these shows about how he had to take care of his family when he was still a child, and he did all he knew how to do was push weight. And I think that would have been just as right as water for him to just go right back to that and try not to get caught this time. And I think Yandy is the one that's like, we can make just as much money without having to do anything illegal.
Yeah, which is why she put his name and everything and all that stuff. So he
Yeah.
had some money when he came out. And I feel like that's why he's not leaving, because he's gonna mess all that up if he does leave her. So he's trying to, like you said, he's trying to get her to leave. Oh, I lost my ring, or I don't wear it, or I'll find it, I get another one. No, nigga, you married, if fake or not, find a ring, same day, put it on. You don't need to be out here now.
It's complicated. It's complicated screams. I don't want to be in this relationship, but I'm kind of stuck here.
It's all yeah. Ooh. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I just think he doesn't have enough courage to leave her, and I think it's not that I think he cares. He obviously doesn't care to an extent, but I think he doesn't want to be that cold. Like, he doesn't want to pull a Charles from Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I really feel like he doesn't want to leave this woman after she's given so much of herself and done so much for him. But if she leaves, then that's the cop out.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's always their cop out.
But Yandy
I
refuses to go.
I didn't tell you to go. I didn't tell you to leave. Nigga, you acting like you want me to. Oh,
it's a reverse Papoose Remy Ma situation.
I believe so, yeah. I definitely think the same thing. I think not Remy. I think Papoose is the reason why Remy did not fall right back into those old habits and ended up right back violating probation and stuff like that. We watched that firsthand on the show. I also believe she never really wanted to. I don't know. Remy is a little tricky, but I do think that he sacrificed a lot. I really do think he sacrificed a lot of himself for her, including his career, because a lot of people are like, oh, he was never that big. I'm like, yeah, but he never had a lot of big songs, but he was on the well respected, and he's always been a ghostwriter.
Yeah, he was on the come up on a lot of stuff. He had like a contract with G Unit at the time and all kind of stuff. And then when that hit the fan, like, he just settled down and made sure she was taken care of for like 10 years, similar to Yandy and the DC situation. And then once he came out, she cut up.
Yeah, I know a lot of people think that he was like a clout chaser or just trying to ride, hitch a ride to her wagon. I don't necessarily believe that part to be true, because when you really think about what he went through for her and what he gave up for her, I don't think, because Remy was never, like, let's keep it real, Remy was never that big of a rapper before she went to prison. She was known, and she was, she was out. She was one of the women whose name was get mentioned, but she wasn't no chart topper. She wasn't. She didn't even have a lot of songs.
No.
She had one album. She was just coming out. Conceited had just hit the airwaves, and she shot that out.
Yeah. And it wasn't even a big song. It wasn't like some huge crossover hit. Remy has always been a respected rapper in the industry, but she's never been a chart-topping, big-selling rapper. Yeah. That's never been her place. So I'm saying, why would he hitch a ride to her wagon when they low-key were on the same level in the music industry?
I think he really loved her, because if he really was not cheating on her the whole time she was in jail, that's really true love, because that's hard to do. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it.
That was foolish.
So that's just sad.
But even if he, come on, can we be real, guys? Even if he was sleeping with somebody, she was in prison for a long time. And even if he did have sex with someone outside of their relationship, he was still going to visit her every weekend, every other weekend. He made sure to take care of her biological son that is not his biological child. And you never would know the difference between how he treated his daughter and her son, because he took care of both of them like they were his children, while she spent a good chunk of their relationship in prison.
I just don't see why
he was cheating, then so what?
But why have a kid though if you already came out of jail feeling like you wasn't really trying to be with this man? Like, why even have a kid and then drag her into it, and now it's like all this drama with her and them? Like, that makes no sense. You should have just been honest, like, yo, like, I appreciate what you did, but I just can't do this no more. And then just, sort of going through all this.
The ultimate thing about both of these relationships is you need to have enough courage to leave. Don't wait for somebody to break up with you. If the relationship does not serve you, then just go. You're not doing yourself any favors holding on to dead weight that is making you unhappy, sick, embarrassing you, so on and so forth. Because this is embarrassing.
I also think that it's both cases showcases, excuse me, the lack of maturity that each individual have in the relationship. Like if you are that miserable, but you realize that you're in a come up, but you don't have like the maturity level to be like, I don't have my stuff together, but I'd rather be struggling than stay in this relationship where I'm not making anything out of myself. That's a maturity level that neither one of them possess, and it's clear and evident. Like you can see him in DC's face when he's on screen. He does not like being with Yandy, and you see that with Remy. She doesn't like being with Papoose, but they both are struggling to just deal with it because they lack the maturity level. And in the case of Mendici, the testicular fortitude is just be like, yo, this sucks, I'm out.
Yeah, he needs to just let her go. But like I said, I think in his mind he was going to be the bad guy, but you're still the bad guy whether you leave or whether you stay. You're still the bad guy. You still look really bad doing this like this.
He's becoming the bad guy also because you shouldn't have taken all that help from Yandy if you knew you were going to get out and want to be free. And now that y'all, she's been taking care of you all this time. She's been taking care of you since the day she met you. Well, at least since the day you got out of prison and you got that huge restitution. Let's not forget that you're mired in over $480,000 of debt because of your crimes against the state of New York for drug trafficking. Oh, yeah. Anything for a check. That's what happens when the ladies are the breadwinner. Mendices is miserable, but I think he doesn't want to hurt her and the kids. But it's, at this point, you are, because you're a sad sack father who, the way that she went to get him, it seems like they already might be living separate lives and just want to keep the show out of it.
I think being with Yandy makes him feel inferior as a man. And no offense to the male population present, I it's very easy to bruise the male ego. It's very easy. You don't have to say anything to these men. You don't have to do anything to these men. A lot of times, all you have to do is just show up and exist as you are. And they feel like who you are, how you show up in the world is a direct challenge to their manhood. And I think seeing Yandy be a boss, seeing Yandy hold everything down, Yandy may have missed him, but Yandy didn't suffer. Yandy didn't miss a beat. She was worth more money coming out. Him coming out of prison than he was when he went in. Yandy has launched several ventures. She has been consistent. She, like I said, she got her village together, and Yandy has continued to move forward. She didn't neglect those kids. She took care of his own and took the extra girl in, and continued doing the show, going back and forth. She's done charity, protesting. Like Yandy real life could be a powerhouse if she wasn't dragging down dead weight. And even recently, she's been talking about running for office. Now, granted, I wouldn't vote for her because you don't have the best decision-making skills. Look at your relationship. However, the fact that she's ambitious enough to want to do it is awesome. However, I think because she is all of this, which is what she was when you met her, she was always ambitious. I think he feels inferior because now that you aren't pushing weight and all the...
I feel like it's
I'm sorry, I cut out, right? All the things that you have and the access that you have is due to Yandy and the relationships that she's made. I really feel like he feels inferior, and that's why we're here. Yeah. And a lot of times, oh my God, listen, we going deep, right? Can I go there, Alex? Can I go there?
Yeah.
A lot of times, I'm telling you this as a woman, and you can relate in the chat, let me know. A lot of times, a man will humble you by cheating on you. Because if he feel like you think too much of yourself, he will cheat on you to let you know you aren't that special.
Oh, say it again.
I could see that. I could definitely.
That's like, because that's the only way he can really get to Yandy, because he can't say she's a bum. He can't say she don't handle her business. So the only way to really get her to hurt is to cheat on her.
He doesn't
she's-
out-earn her. He can't throw his money up in her face because she can get her own. He can't even threaten to leave or remove resources from her because Yandy out-earns him and out-resources him. The only way he can get her is to make her feel inferior by cheating on her with another woman or man, whatever he likes.
And that's what he does, and then she's stupid enough to stay. And it's like, it's so like she's so smart, but yet she's so dumb. Like, but it's just like I feel like it's partly her fault because like from the beginning of Love and Hip Hop New York, like you could tell Mandices wasn't ish to begin with. Like, you're gonna leave your baby shower to go out with your dudes. Like, come on, you can't say it's like coming home with me and chill with your baby mother. Like, right there would have been like, you know what, I'm good because you ain't even trying to really be a part of this relationship, this pregnancy. Like, you just want to have your fun and eat your cake too. No, so
well, I want to thank all of you for joining me for this conversation. And thank God we are not made